Therapeutic Thursday. Mindfulness versus meditation. Such an interesting topic because there was a time where I didn't think there was a difference between either of these, but there is a difference. And so let's figure out which one is going to be best for you. If you're feeling stressed, anxious, or overwhelmed, you might be looking for a way to actually calm your mind, relax your body. You should be if you're not already. You've probably heard of mindfulness and you've heard of meditation, but really, what's the difference between them? I don't think many people realize. And honestly, let's be honest, Pumphead, if you ask me right now to tell you the difference off the top of my head, I can't do it. So I'm like many of you. So let's read it together. Let's talk about it and figure out which one maybe you should consider choosing. Mindfulness is described and defined as the act of practicing of paying attention. So you're going to practice how to pay attention to the present moment without judgment or attachment. It really can help you become more aware of your thoughts, your feelings, your sensations, and your surroundings and accept them as they just are. Don't start laughing behind my back, Joshua, because this probably pertains to me. I need to practice mindfulness more often and just take a deep breath and just be like, you know what? This is what it is. Figure stuff out, but I don't. I go blah, 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 blah. Stress and anxiety, stress and anxiety. I'm going to make 2024 be the year of mindfulness. I am going to get there. Mindfulness can actually be practiced at any time, especially for me when there's monkey wrenches and things go wrong and I'm trotting along and something happens. That's the moment where I really just need to take a deep breath and just, but I wear it on my face, but at least in my body, be more mindful of how I'm reacting because it's just so silly to react certain ways. But you can practice mindfulness anywhere, anytime. Just simply focus on your breath. Just take that cleansing breath in and out, maybe count to 4 while you're breathing in and out. Listen to a sound, focus on feeling a sensation, feel it, taste something in your mouth. Again, mindfulness is more, I feel like, using your senses. You're going to go through your series of senses to just kind of ground you in that moment. And again, that's why you can do it anywhere at any time. I do it when I feel like I'm potentially getting triggered from my past PTS issues. I will boom, snap right into gear and just try to pull it together. But let's talk about the difference between this and meditation. So meditation is a much more formal or structured way of practicing mindfulness. It usually involves sitting still, which is already a problem for me, for a period of time and following a specific technique, such as focusing on your breath, repeating a mantra, or visualizing an image. And meditation can actually help you deepen your concentration, calm your mind, and access a state of inner peace. So that's going to be your typical when you see people just, sitting there. That's more going into meditation and achieving meditation. Mindfulness is more of a reactive, not as much of a purposeful, I'm going to plan this out and do it. But both meditation and mindfulness have many benefits for you, for your physical and your mental health. So they can help you actually reduce stress, improve your mood, enhance your creativity, boost your immunity, lower blood pressure, and much, much more. But how do you determine which one's better for you? So the answer is it kind of just depends. So some people prefer mindfulness because it's much more flexible and it's adaptable to their daily lives, and they can practice it while walking, while eating, while working, just doing anything. You can practice mindfulness. And others really prefer meditation because it's focused and disciplined, because you have to carve out a dedicated time and dedicated space to actually making this happen and following a specific method. So for your more regimented individuals who like routine and planning, meditation might be better for you. For the spontaneous people who are like, yeah, you know what? I think now's a good time. Maybe mindfulness might be better for you. It's not to say it's one or the other. It could definitely be combinations of the two, but the best way to figure out which one works best for you is just try it. Just try them both and decide. For myself, I can definitely carve out time and meditate. I like to be in my hot tub and I like to be sometimes in a bath. Listening to specific music always has to be like the same. I give myself 2 different types of music. And if it, next thing you know, I think it's been 5 minutes and it's been 45. And I end up either falling asleep or just becoming extremely relaxed, but I can do it. Um, Start a few minutes a day, gradually increase the duration, the frequency, how often you're doing it. Experience experience different types of mindfulness. So it could be body scan. I do that all the time. It can be loving kindness, which is a lot of love and kindness towards others and to yourself. This is part of your thought process, or guided imagery. I love listening to guided imagery. I try to do it for myself too, just without being guided by anyone but my own thoughts and a journey that I do on my own. But try that. Guided imagery is kind of cool. So I have somebody talk you through where you are and where you're walking through, whether it's a forest or towards the beach. I mean, it's pretty interesting. So try everything. Try it a couple times, try it whenever. That's how you're going to know which one kind of suits you and your personality. But the most important thing is try to have some consistency and really enjoy the process. If you're not enjoying it, then it's just definitely not for you. And mindfulness and meditation, they're not competitive. They don't, there's no like real goal that you have to achieve except inner peace, right? But there's ways of living that can actually help you experience more joy, more peace, and happiness in your life. And these are two ways. These are two ways that I guarantee you don't have to talk to your doctor about. You can, for sure. But I think sitting and just using these grounding techniques and thinking about pleasant, loving thoughts probably is something that everybody should take some time to do. So that's Therapeutic Thursday. We have any thoughts from anybody, Josh? It's the
I would
last
like to
week.
see some thoughts on some of the mindfulness versus, and it's weird because it's like mindfulness or meditation, and to me, meditation is a tool. Mindfulness is also a tool, but it's
Hmm.
also like in mindfulness, part of the tools is meditation. Do you know what I mean? So it's almost
Yeah.
like if you're meditating for, and sometimes it's not grounding. Sometimes you're meditating for clarity of thought, right? Like you're just
Mm-hmm.
it's cleansing the mind and just getting
Yeah.
ready for the next task at hand, right? So if you're the kind of person who's used to multitasking and juggling many plates, meditation might be something that you find very distracting, something that's not helpful
Right.
for you, right? Whereas like the greater umbrella that is mindfulness is knowing
Hmm.
that you're juggling many plates, but also making sure that your temper's not creeping up, right? Because like
Sure.
sometimes you're just kind of working through work, right? It's knowing that
Yeah.
you haven't eaten and maybe it's time for lunch. It's
Hmm.
knowing it's those kind of check-ins that mindfulness brings to you.
Hmm. And I kind of like that they're interchangeable. But I would think you could meditate and implement mindfulness while you're meditating. So that goes back and forth, right?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like it's
Yeah.
when you're doing a body scan, that's a type of meditation,
Right.
right? And regardless of
Right.
whether it's a guided meditation through a guided body scan or just a body
Hmm.
scan where you're kind of, all right, let's just go from my toes up,
Yeah.
that's you're still in a meditative state, which is to say that you're
True.
kind of concentrating mostly on yourself and
Hmm.
blocking things out and paying attention to something, which is why in the very beginning it's so easy for people to grasp onto the idea of breathing, because the easiest
Hmm.
guided meditation there is breathe in,
Right.
breathe out, and you can do
Yeah.
this over and over again until you feel that calming sensation. But
Hmm.
like even that tool, even that, the mindfulness of, is the air inhaling through my nostrils? Do I feel the air coming down the back of my throat? Do I feel my
Hmm.
stomach expanding as air comes in? Do I feel warm air leaving my body? Like those mindfulness techniques are yet another way of compressing the meditation,
Right.
so to
And
speak.
I think it would all be so helpful, especially to people who have to have MRI scans. I mean, CT scans, sure, but they're so quick. But when you have to be in this machine for a half hour to 45 minutes to be able to adapt some of these skills is just so incredible and so useful.
Hmm.
Because you either start counting the sounds in the machine or you start focusing on your breath or the temperature and how it fluctuates. And then next thing you know, your 40 minutes are up. It's time
Yeah.
to get out of the machine. It's
For
pretty
example,
amazing.
you've used the example of counting the clicks and
Yeah.
hearing for the hidden songs that are in those things, and that's
Mhm.
mindfulness of hearing. You're
Mhm.
concentrating on your ears, you're blocking out as much of
Right.
everything else out. And so, and yeah, I mean, I use it at the dentist, right? Like if
Yeah.
I'm going to be at the
Oh,
dentist,
yeah.
here's the thing for me when it comes to mindfulness and just the word patience, to be patient. Okay.
Mhm.
Um, I find that if I accept that I'm going to be sitting in the Department of Motor Vehicles for 45 minutes and just start exploring how long it's going to take for anything to happen, that the 35 minutes that I'm supposed to be there evaporate because I'm
Right.
experiencing the boredom, because I'm allowing the boredom. I'm not fighting the boredom. And
Exactly.
that's a practice of mindfulness. It's just embrace where you're
Yep.
at. How do you feel now in this space? You're floating around. And so versus meditation where I mean, I'm not going to close my eyes and just breathe in the middle of the DMV because that would be, I'm not that kind of person.
Right. Yeah, but you're chill like Beetlejuice or the guy that Beetlejuice stole the ticket from. You're just kind of like,
We're here.
you embrace it.
Yeah, we're
Take
just
it
going to be
in.
here. Yeah.
I'm number 1 billion. It's just, what else do I have to do but be here? Uh-huh.
Right on. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's move on from Therapeutic Thursday.